We're here live at Ricketts Park. It's game 12 of the Scorpion Invite, the last day of the tournament. And it's going to be the Bloomfield Bobcats, the home team, taking on Uintah Utes from Utah, the visiting team. And their batting lineup shakes out like this. Leading off, number 2, Hunter Funk. Hitting second, 21, that's Zane Murray. Hitting third, number 1, Angel Rios. Hitting cleanup is number 6, Kason Massey. Hitting fifth, number 8, Wade Benson. Hitting sixth, number 3, Brickman K. Hitting in the 7th spot is number 7, Braden Murray. Hitting 8 is 26, that's Cooper Goodrich. And hitting 9th is number 4, Riken Hacking.
And, defensively, for the Bobcats, we are going to have out on the mound today, number 15, Wyatt Etzedy. Behind the dish is going to be number 13, Manuel Chavarria, out at first base is going to be number 20, Trey Woods. At second base is going to be number 18, AJ Valencia. At third base, number 5, Mikael Colbert. And at shortstop is going to be number 9, Blake Spencer. Out in left field, we're going to have number 3, Gavin Peacock. In center field is going to be number 11, Damian Harmijo. And in right field, number 6, Cable Caruth. And you know, Albert, one of the cool things about these kind of tournaments where you're here for 3 days, you kind of get to know the kids, and it's a lot of fun. You know, like you were reading off those names for Uintah, and every one of them sounds familiar to me now because we've been talking about them all week long. And here we go, getting ready to get started as Wyatt Etzedy throws his first pitch, and man, the first pitch is going to be taken right out to center field by Hunter Funk for a base hit.
That was just a missed spot by Wyatt Etzedy, the pitcher for Bloomfield. Left that right over the heart of the plate in the fashion of a fastball. And Funk did not miss, so it's going to bring up the right fielder, number 21, Zane Murray. And for Uintah, they played some good baseball here, Stephen, in this tournament. They took on Kirtland yesterday, and they won that game handedly, 11-1. In that game, Funk, just who got the base hit, was 2 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored, so he continues his barrage of hitting at the plate.
Just takes off where he left off from yesterday, so nice job by Hunter Funk. Now we have number 21, Zane Murray, the right fielder. And folks, once again, we're going to be watching the comments on Facebook. Albert's got his phone ready, 505-701-2222, and we got the comments going on YouTube as well if you're on there. So leave us a comment. We will give your shout out. Tell us who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from, or if you just want to say hi, we'll take a hi as well. So get those started up as we love the fan interaction.
Zane Murray in yesterday's game against the Kirtland Central Broncos was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. He's got his leadoff hitter in Funk. He takes off to second, hit and run in play, and that might drop down. And it does. Excellent execution if you're a Uintah fan. Zane Murray comes through on the hit and run. And now the Utes in business with 2 runners on, no outs, and coming up to bat, it's the 3-hole hitter. Gosh, we got used to this young man's name. It's the shortstop, Angel Rios.
Yes, we have.
He's quite the player.
Yeah, we saw him pitch. He's just a fantastic player as well. We've been talking about some of these players that we've seen here, and man, there are some good players in this tournament. The Scorpions did a good job of bringing in good teams here. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be down low for ball 1. And I was going to say that was a good job by Hunter Funk, as he was stealing the base. If he wasn't stealing, he might have held up at first a little too long and got thrown out at second, but he was already almost a second when that ball dropped, so that worked out good for the Utes.
Just a great jump at first base, heading to second. That's going to be in there for a ball. Rios against Kirtland yesterday, he was 1 for 2. He had 2 runs scored and an RBI, so doing pretty well at the plate for himself and his team. There's a swing and a foul ball on the fastball up high and outside. He'll fight it off. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the 3-spot hitter in Angel Rios. And we want to just let you guys know that are tuning in. As Stephen mentioned, yes, we would love to hear from you. 505-701-2222. Again, 505-701-2222. Give us a shout out for who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. And please tell us what your name is so we
Yes.
can get that over the air. It's a 2-2 count now. But Steven and myself and Corey, we're going to be teaming up, and we're going to come up with our first ever all-tournament team, our Desert Sports Live all-tournament team. So keep your eyes out for that tomorrow while the boys can go on our Facebook page at Desert Sports Live and check that out. And we've got a new business page, so
Yes,
make
and
sure you get on there.
Yes, go on there and follow us on there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Steven put it up there, so there it is.
So it's at Desert Sports Live. Go find us. We still have our original page that Albert has been running, and we have created a new business page. That one is in there for strike one as Angel Rios went down after he got called strike on the check swing, and we have number 6, Kason Massey, the first baseman, up at the plate now.
Gosh, I'm glad you're paying attention because I wasn't. Big shot out into center field. I don't know if he's getting there, and he won't. At least one run will score. He's going to have to stop him at second. You're going to have a play at the plate. There it is. Safe. And both the runners, but really the runner at first, and Murray got stranded out because he didn't know if he was going to catch it. But you can see his coach having a conversation because Murray was almost at first base. He didn't even get a good secondary lead halfway down the line, and that's a base running error, in my opinion, by Zane Murray. He should have been at least halfway, if not almost to second base, because you got plenty of time to run back to first. They should have scored 2 runs on that plate. So if you're a Bloomfield fan, you're going to be appreciative of the base running error, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But it's an early 1-0 lead here. Another shot out to center field, caught on the run. And patrolling out there in center field is Damian Jaramillo, and he just slides right on over there, turns on the Jets, and hauls it in for F8 out number 2.
Yeah, that was a good job. I mean, he really had to sprint to get to that thing and make that catch. So good job by Jaramillo, and that will be F8 out at number 2. We got number 3, Brickman K, coming up to the plate now. I thought I was wrong there for a second, but it is Brickman K. Comes the pitch from Wyatt. And, man, this Uintah team immediately gets their offense going as they have found a rhythm against Etsy pretty quick.
Well, I mean, we got to see what this team was made of the first night against Farmington, and it was a walk-off win by the Scorpions. We'll get to that here in a moment. Oh, picked him off. Look at that. Nice move by the pitcher, and he gets himself out of a jam. On the pickoff move, it's going to be 1-5 for the leadoff runner, and Zane Murray gets thrown out. And that was a big time out for the Bloomfield Bobcats, Stephen, because they had 2 runners on. And the way the Uintah Utes have been swinging the bat, who knows what could have happened.
Yeah, so, excuse me, that was 1 run on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Bloomfield errors. But, yeah, we've seen that happen we saw that happen in the last game where the runner jumped and had a base running error and got an out. But I'm sure if you're the coach for Uintah that you're not real happy about that happening. But that's what these games are for, is for these kids to learn and get better. They can go back and take a look. Hopefully they go back and take a look on Desert Sports Live. We had Durango tell us they watched our film for game film. So
That's right.
but, yeah, you can check those things out and see what you need to do to get those things corrected. All these teams are here to get better for get prepared for their district seasons and hopefully make the playoffs.
All right, so here's a starting lineup for the Bobcats. Leading off, number 9, Blake Spencer. Hitting second, number 6, Cable Caruth. Hitting third, number 3, Gavin Peacott. Hitting cleanup, number 20, Trey Woods. Hitting fifth, number 13, Manuel Chavarria. And hitting sixth, number 5, Mikkel Colbert. Hitting seventh, number 15, Wyatt Etsy. Hitting eighth is number 11, Damian Jaramillo. And hitting ninth, number 18, AJ Valencia.
And defensively for the Utes, we're going to have number 7, Braden Murray, out on the mound today. For the Utes, number 8, Wade Benson will be behind the plate. Over on first, number 6, Kason Massey. At second base, we're going to have number 4, Riken Hacking. At third, it'll be number 3, Brickman K. And at shortstop, it'll be number 1, Angel Rios. Out in the outfield, we're going to have number 7, Braden Murray. Center field, and that's left field. I'm sorry. I got that incorrect. It's number 0, Kayston Ussery. Out in center field will be Hunter Funk, number 2, and right field, number 21, Zane Murray.
Well, here we go. It's Braden Murray on the mound. It's the right-hander facing the leadoff hitter in Blake Spencer. We got to see him pitch yesterday for the first time this season. Now he gets to play shortstop yet again and focus on defense and offense. He's going to take an off-speed pitch for ball 1. And Spencer in their game yesterday. Check swing. Oh, nope.
Got him. Strike
he did.
1. Yep.
Late call.
Yeah, took him a second, but 1-1 the count to Blake Spencer.
So Spencer yesterday was 2 for 4 in his game with the run scored.
And who did they play at the Pueblo? Was it Pueblo West?
Smoky Hill.
Smoky Hill.
And they won.
Oh, that's
that game,
right. And
4-3
with a walk-off. That's right. That was an exciting game.
It was.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. Yeah, they were down 3-1. They were up 1-0, got down 3-1 for the majority of the game, and came back in the 7th inning, bases loaded. And I believe it was Trey Woods that had the walk. Was it Trey Woods that hit that, or was it Chavarria? Maybe it was Chavarria that hit that walk-off. Albert's he's good at flipping those pages and finding that. But Blake Spencer with a 2-2 count here as he's the leadoff hitter for Bloomfield. First inning, that's going to be fouled off. Keeps the count at 2-2. Was it Chavarria?
Right, Chavarria.
Yeah. He hit that thing out into right field, I believe, and brought Blake Spencer home. That's who came home for the game-winning run.
We've just got to see some excellent baseball this week. Yeah, our voices are a little wiped out due to it, but hey, it's been a great week of baseball for us to be here.
And a big thank you to Coach Valencia. He came up and brought us a little gift, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that was a part of that.
Yeah.
We very much appreciate that.
Bloomfield Baseball and the Valencia family bringing us a nice gift just to tell us thank you for everything we do. And, actually, it's like I told him. No way. We appreciate this small gesture and the gift, but thank you for what you do for your community and these boys.
Absolutely.
So, Coach V, there's a big swing and a foul. So Spencer battling right now against Murray.
Well, we got a comment here on Facebook from Amanda Williams. She says, "Go Bobcats from the softball tournament." Well, go Bobcats over there at the softball tournament as well. Thank you, Amanda, for tuning in from the softball tournament. Give us some score updates so we can announce those over the air as well if you get a chance. And that's going to be ball 4 as that comes in high, and Blake Spencer will walk down to first base. Let's see. Okay, well, next up we've got number 6, Cable Caruth, the right fielder, as he has a runner on first and no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Bloomfield looking to see if they can get back that run that came across the plate against them. So they are down 1-0 here against the Uintah Utes from Utah.
Well, it's our Desert Sports Live player of the game from yesterday. Cable Caruth steps up to the plate. He was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Played excellent defense for his Bobcat team on that 4-3 walk-off win in the 7th, and he's going to look at strike 1. So Bloomfield looking to match the 1-0 lead with the Utes here in the bottom of the first inning. And you listen over here for Bloomfield, a lot more energy today, Stephen, than what they had to begin the game with yesterday.
That's going to be fouled off. We got Shiloh Mahan over here on YouTube. Send us a comment. Says, "Let's go, Gavin, Damian, and Troy." And it says, "Love you, go Bobcats." So thank you, Shiloh Mahan. And we love seeing people getting on YouTube. We're hearing YouTube is the place to go watch now. And I even had somebody tell me that you can zoom in even closer on that pitcher catcher view on YouTube. It's pretty cool. I went and checked it out, and you can. So pretty awesome watching on YouTube. We're trying to get as many people over there to subscribe and follow, and that's going to be a big swing and a miss for strike 2. And I see my brother Brian just got on to check it out. Brian, just want to give you a shout out and say what's up. Thanks for checking in.
B Parks.
He didn't make a comment. I just see it says Brian Parks is watching, so I just want to say hi to him while I see him jumping on there. Did you get another one?
It's Gavin Peacock, the 3-spot hitter, the left fielder, who had our play of the game yesterday. And Peacock was 1 for 4 with an RBI at the plate. looking to get Blake Spencer moved over to first. He'll look at a high pitch for ball one. And we got a special young lady texting in. It's Mama Parks.
All right.
Checking in with her favorite broadcasters. Love hearing your voices. Thank you for your dedication to the youth in the community. And I want you to hush it up over there. Sir, will I give Mama Parks her
Hi, Mom.
blessings?
Glad you're checking in. And there goes Blake Spencer. Oh, nice job as
It's going to the wall.
Gavin Peacock gets a great hit, and there they pick up the run. That's going to, I thought he might go to, I think he could have made it to third, but he's going to hold up at second for a nice RBI double. Great job by Gavin Peacock. And then right here we had Jessica Peacock-Brown right before he hit that said, let's go number 3. Well, there you go, Jessica. He got you a hit, and it went all the way out to the wall, and he got the RBI. So nice job by Gavin Peacock.
Well, he continues to roll where he left off because his last at-bat last night was a base hit with an RBI and a run scored. So he continues to roll as he is 1 for 1 already on the day. And now the cleanup hitter, number 20, the first baseman, Trey Wood, steps up to the plate from the left-hand side. He's got Peacock who can fly on the bases. Another base hit is going to give Bloomfield the 2-1 lead. To see if he could come through. There's a swing and a foul ball down first base side.
So, man, Bloomfield getting after it just as well. They come out fired up, getting some hits right off the bat. Runner on second, 1 out. The count is 0-1, and here we go.
Well, Peacock took a fastball left over the heart of the plate, and he crushed it to the alley in center field and in center right field. And scored Blake Spencer. Like we mentioned, all you got to do is get that base hit out into the outfield with Spencer at second base. Really, all these guys from top to bottom, Steven, they can fly on the base pass for the Bobcats.
Really like this kid, Trey Woods. He's just a great kid.
He is.
Man, he gave us a wave yesterday. He saw
Always
us up here.
Smiling.
Yeah, he's just always
you
he's
never
always a good
see that
kid.
guy not smiling.
His dad came up and talked to us and gave us told us how much he appreciated getting to watch because he lives in Albuquerque, and it was good talking to him. And so really like Trey Woods. Got a comment here. Larry Conway said, have enjoyed listening to you guys do the games. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you tuning in. And yes, it's been a lot of fun for us.
I think that's the big guy. I think my daughter started calling him Whitey when she first met him years ago. So my good dear friend Larry Conway, he's the one that runs the kids during Connie Mack that take all the runners, I think is what they call them for Connie Mack. So he's been doing that for a number of years. So glad to hear him checking in. 1-2 the count. Here comes a pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled off. So a big-time battle here with Woods versus Murray. And Peacock patiently waiting at second, telling him his good buddy, just give me a shot. Give me an opportunity. I'm going to be digging in here.
So 1 out, 1-2 the count. Runner on second. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be in the dirt about a foot in front of the plate for ball 2. And we got Adrian Trujillo saying, let's go Peanut, number 13. That's Chavaria. Peanut butter and jelly is what somebody said yesterday. So he will be coming up next to the plate for the Bobcats. But right now we've got Trey Woods out there getting ready for the next pitch. Here it comes. And man, he is way ahead of those, isn't he? He is getting his hands around quick.
Well, he's prepared. He's ready. I just feel good about Bloomfield today and their energy coming into this game today. And, we talked about that on the air. Actually, we got to talk to a number of the parents last night after the game. We probably had 4 or 5 of them come up to us and said, you guys were right. That was not our team last night. They got off to a slow start. They were so quiet, no energy. Coach Valencia looked over at his dugout going into the bottom of the 7th and said, guys, you need to pick it up. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Filled it up high, glove side. There's a throw to first in time for the 6-3 ground ball out number 2, but not before. That moves Peacock over to third.
I giggle because Jessica just came back and said, peanut butter and jelly time for number 13, and here he comes as he has a great opportunity to drive in a run as he has a runner on third base in Gavin Peacock. 2 outs. Here we go. Here comes the pitch. And he will hit it to third is going to go foul just outside the base.
Yeah, Chavaria, in his game yesterday for the Bloomfield Bobcats, he was 2 for 4 in that game. Didn't score a run, but got the job done at the plate. And looking to get Chavaria across home plate to give him an early lead. Check swing. We're going to have a play at the plate. Here comes the throw.
Got it.
Beautiful slide by Peacock. He picks up down angle as the catcher was not able to hold on to it. And Wade Benson, it went scooted right underneath his glove. That was a good throw over to the pitcher, Corey. I mean, you being a catcher, that's a tough play because that throw's got to be spot on. Peacock.
Sorry, can I just move the camera?
Let me start it here. I'm going to leave Corey alone. Peacock with a fantastic down angle pickup from the with the ball in the dirt. And those of you who understand baseball know exactly what I'm talking about. Peacock does a fine job picking the ball up in the dirt. It scoots underneath the catcher's legs. And I got to tell you, that ball didn't even roll to the backstop. So that shows you the speed of Peacock to slide in safely at home.
Yeah, great field awareness by Gavin Peacock. That one's going to be the outside corner for strike 2. So 2-2 to peanut butter and jelly time Chavaria down there, number 13 in the box. This is an exciting game already.
You know, I can't say I understand the whole peanut butter and jelly thing, and
but it sure is fun to say.
If you're trying to be cool, I don't know how cool peanut butter and jelly is, but they think it's cool, so we're going to go with it. I'm an old guy, so, I don't know what's hip anymore these days, it seems like. Here comes a pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Fielded out front. Gets the throw over to first. Wastes no time for the 4-3 ground ball out number 3, but not after. Peacock takes care of some business to give his Bobcats the early 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first inning.
That's right. There was 2 runs on 1 hit. No runners left on base and no Uintah errors. Uintah comes out and takes the early lead, and Bloomfield just comes right back and gets 2 runs of their own. And if you're Coach Valencia, that you've got to be encouraged by that because you didn't leave any runners on the bases out there. You got your 2 runners across the plate, and that's what you need to do.
Well, one of the things that is going to give Bloomfield a big-time opportunity, and in my opinion, probably will move on to win the district championship, but they got to go through Kirtland. Aztec on their heels right now. We'll see how they turn out during district, but, Bloomfield, the thing about that is when they get a lead, they don't make big mistakes, Steven. They play very, very smart baseball defensively, and if you get an error out there, it is an anomaly almost, it seems like. And if they do get an error, they find a way to work themselves out of it.
Yeah, and Bloomfield, we talked to Coach Valencia, and he just talked about this team and how they are a team and how they work hard. They show up to the field. They just start getting to work right away. And, man, it really shows out here on the field when you're watching these games. And, yesterday when they were down 3-1 going into the 7th and come back and get a walk-off 4-3 win, I mean, that's a team that's willing to fight and work hard all the way to the end, and that's what you like to see in your team.
Well, they played a big-time club yesterday in their walk-off win of Smoky Hill. That team is tough. Yeah, they've only played 5 games this season, but they're still pretty dang good out there, and we're going to see what Uintah can do. Can they match Bloomfield's energy with a run of their own or maybe possible multiple runs, but it's a 2-1 lead heading into the top of the second, and we're going to have 6, 7, and 8. That's Kay, Murray, and Goodrich all coming up to bat for the Utes. And obviously the Utes in the red jerseys and Bloomfield in the royal blue.
All right, so here we go. Is this Brickman K up at the plate? I believe it is.
Yeah, see, and I want to give you a hard time because I want you to see how far you scooted over here again.
Corey pushed me
in the corner I am.
Corey pushed me this way.
See how far in the corner I am?
You know why that happened? Because Corey pushed all my stuff over. That's what happened.
Because the fans asked for your face on the camera, though, Steven. That might drop down for a hit, and it does. Giving it the best effort was Spencer. The left fielder came flying in, and Peacock. That's always a dangerous play because you don't know who's going to call you off, and a lot of the times these players wait to the last second to call the ball, and so you can't stop running to it.
Yeah, we saw that happen yesterday in the PV game. The left fielder waited way too long to call off the shortstop. We're talking within a second of the ball coming down. So, yeah, you got to get that done right away. There's a swing and a miss as we have number 7, the pitcher, Braden Murray, now up at the plate for the Utes.
And I had somebody tell me the other day that shortstop has, they've got the first call over an outfielder. No disrespect, but I do not agree with that at all, Corey. If you're an outfielder, you got the momentum coming in versus the infielder trying to turn around and run backwards.
Absolutely, and your eyes were facing forward into the infield so you can see what's going on versus turning around as an infielder.
There's a shot out into the gap. Getting there pretty quick was the right fielder, but that bobble was enough to push the runner from second to third. So it's going to be a base hit, and then – well, you would call it an error, but nobody scored, so it doesn't really matter. But that's a base hit out into right field. But, maybe I'm just too old school of a coach, but in my opinion, if you got the momentum coming forward, the way I coach, that's your ball all day. That outfielder calls it, and you're an infielder, get out of the way.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's easier to run at the ball than make the catch than trying to catch it over your shoulder or twisting and turning and running backwards or whatever the case may be. But absolutely, I would say it would be the outfielder that should take priority over that.
Well, here we go. I'm not sure what the holdup is here, but I've noticed, and maybe we can catch Albie Bugnell, the head umpire downstairs, or at least one of the umpires, and see what these umpires are writing down so much in this tournament, because I didn't see anything happen. Does somebody come in and run for – oh, yeah, that's the pitcher. So somebody came in and replaced him as a courtesy runner. That is number 24 now in the game to courtesy run. And I don't have him on – oh, yeah, right here. 24, Cooper K.
Cooper K. Oh, must be the younger brother of Brickman, I would assume. And we have, there's a hit by Goodrich out into right field. And, man, Uintah has definitely got their bats going, so that will tie the game. And Murray will make his way all the way over to third. So that will be an RBI single for Cooper Goodrich.
Well, it shows you how aggressive this Uintah ball club is, because, again, you have the right fielder coming on in to field that ball. I felt like maybe Caruth could have got on his horse a little bit more, because he kind of moseyed on over there to field the ground ball, and you seen Murray picking up on that. He takes off to third.
Yeah, you saw the coach over there kind of pick up on it as well and pushing his runner.
So here we go. We're down at the bottom half of the lineup. It is number 4, Riken Hacking, the second baseman, and it's a 2-2 game right now for the Bobcats and the Utes, but, man, no outs. And the Utes, they've got a runner in Goodrich at first, Murray at third. I got a feeling they're going to try to find a way to get Goodrich over to second base and get out of the force out or the possible double play. It's a 1-1 count.
On the defensive side, I'm not too sure the coaches are real happy, but for all of us watching, this is a fun game to watch. There's a lot of hits happening and things moving around, people moving around the bases. Here comes the bunt attempt. He's going to pull back, and that will be ball 1.
Well, that's a smart hitter there. You understand the situation. It's not a strike. Don't try to bunt it. It's when you have these pitchers, and those pitchers are taught that, right, Corey? You're a catcher. They turn around to square to bunt. You throw it high, inside, outside. You don't throw them a strike.
Absolutely. Try to elevate that ball.
And he goes down with strike 3, and that was Ryan Hacking. We have back to the top of the lineup, number 2, Hunter Funk, coming up to
That's a great name just to say.
I know.
I mean, it's just a great name to say. Funk is 1 for 1 with the run scored. What's it so big about that Etsity strikeout there? Striking out Hacking. Now you got the force out or the double play in play here. So if you are the pitcher in Etsity and the catcher in Chavaria, you've got to keep the ball out in front of you, and you got to make sure that your motion to home is fast. You cannot waste any time, because right here is where you're in the dangerous part of the lineup for this team, because we're at the top of the lineup. you got to make sure you find a way. There's that late strike. We got to wait for a while for him to call it.
We got Gayla Joy Armenta says, "Go Bobcats from Hobbs All-Star Basketball Game." Well, thank you for checking in, Gayla, and hope you're enjoying the game today. It's been an exciting one so far, and we're only in the second inning. So that's going to be fouled off for strike 2.
Well, this is that part of the game that you fall in love with, the chess pieces, as we got to talk to Coach King, the head coach for Farmington, and you two brought it up when you were having your conversation, is what do you do if you're Bloomfield and what do you do if you're the Utes? You got a runner over at first and third with one out. How are you going to push him over? And it looks like Coach is just going to allow his leadoff hitter to take a hack. He swung and missed for out number 2 and another big out for Etsy.
I will say that's the first bunt attempt on the previous pitch that I didn't see the barrel drop below the handle on any attempt.
Proper form. Because we have, it'll drive you mad how many times we've seen these kids in this tournament drop the barrel of their bat. So here we go. It's the 2-spot hitter in Murray. He's 1 for 1 already, and he'll take strike 1 right off the bat.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first, the count is 0-1 to Murray. Looking to see if he can't. Oh, sorry, runner on first and third. Couldn't see around that Albert cam. That's a nice job by the third baseman. It'll be the 5-3 out, number 3. So Bloomfield gets out of a bit of a jam as Mikhail Colbert scoops the ball up perfectly, gets it over to first base, and that is going to end the top of the second inning as there was 1 run on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and no Bloomfield errors. Score is now tied 2-2.
Speaking of the Albert cam there, Stephen, fans asked
there it is. You fans asked for it. Now you got it. There we are. We're on the screen. This is the 2 guys that have been talking to you for the last 3 days. So
I'm sure everybody's shocked. They're like, that guy's got red-haired freckles.
Man,
no way.
That's who those guys are. Turn that camera off.
I always like I always like to throw my own dig out there and say I'd make the world's worst criminal. I'd be caught in about 5 minutes because I have a tendency to stand out with this right here. This becomes a problem. But Bloomfield, they'll bring up their bottom half of their lineup, 6, 7, and 8, Colbert, Etsy, and Jaramillo. If you're working towards a state championship and even district championship, this bottom half has to come through for you.
Yeah, you're right. This Bloomfield team, man, and they just over the last 3 days, we've seen them improve on little things in the game, and we are expecting some big things from this Bloomfield team, and they have some really talented young men, athletes, that came from that we saw on football, and then you've got great basketball, wrestling teams over there in Bloomfield. They just got a lot of great athletes and a lot of talent over there,
and the right attitude. We don't talk about that as that's a high fastball for Mikhail Colbert, the 6-spot hitter playing third. Swung at that high cheddar that these kids love to swing at, so it's an 0-1 count. And both of these pitchers have really peppered first and second strikes on these hitters, so they're forcing the hitters to hit defensively, meaning now you got to play the guessing game. Are they going to throw it high and outside, off speed? What's coming at me? And Colbert swings at a high outside fastball for out number 1, and that'll bring up the 7-spot hitter. It's the pitcher, number 15, Wyatt Etsy.
Man, that was 3 straight strikes for Mikhail Colbert, and like you said, that'll bring up the pitcher, Etsy, his first at bat today. We haven't seen him hit yet this week, have we?
I'm glad you brought that up. He got in the late game against that walk-off, and he scored the first run to get that thing going. They brought him in for in a replacement for Jaramillo out in center field. He drew a walk, and then he scored. So that was his only at-bat that I have him charted for up to this point.
And I'll tell you, this umpire, he likes to take his time to call that strike call. I have to watch for a little bit to make sure it's either a strike or a ball.
Oh, why do I have 15 in his His number is 16.
I have 15 as well.
Yep, it's actually 16.
16, okay.
That might be what they're correcting on the lineup down there right now. The coach for Uintah is talking to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, because that was straight off of their roster. Somebody must have wrote down the number incorrectly. I'm going to take a look here.
Same here. Valencia sent it in there. Yep, he did write the wrong number. It's 15. He's actually number 16.
All right. So they're going to get that straightened out as we sit up here, and we've got, and there's that little, if you see the little Desert Sports Live down there on the screen, I know it's not up there right now, but whenever we have the 3 screens up, that is not the right game schedule for today. I put up the old one, but it has all of our social media on there. It has YouTube at Desert Sports Live, Facebook at Desert Sports Live, Instagram, and X. We're on.
The ball yet, so you just changed the number.
So they're getting that all straightened out. What happens in that situation, Albert? If
Nothing.
Nothing.
These games mean nothing. So all you do is just change the number to 16 because now if he hit the ball and you want to you want to be that coach
technically
to go out there and say, oh, he didn't have the right number on, you just change it in the lineup. That's all it is. It's just as simple as that.
I guess they're just making sure they're getting everything straight.
I mean, that's all it comes down to. I mean, truly. He hasn't hit the ball into fair play. I mean, none of that. So this should be absolutely not a big deal. Matter of fact, if you're a coach, you just come out there and say, hey, is this guy 15 or 16? What number is he? And then you keep it moving.
Well, while we're waiting here, Shiloh Mahan, he put another message on. He's at youth wrestling in Shiprock, so he's getting to watch the game over there in Shiprock while he's watching some youth wrestling. I know youth wrestling's going hot and heavy right now, so thank you for tuning in from over there in Shiprock, and that one is in there for strike 2. So 1-2 the count to Mr. Wyatt Edsity, as we have now got that number corrected. Took us a little bit, but we got it done. All right,
team effort.
2-2 with 1 out.
Yeah, if that was district or something, that's a different story. Off-speed pitch. Oh, I thought he was going to ring him up.
So
Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. And we're tied up 2-2 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's been back and forth thus far. There's another high fastball outside. Swung on and missed for out number 2. 2 back-to-back strikeouts. And that brings up the center fielder, the speedster, number 11, Damian Jaramillo, as he is hitting in the 8 spot. And, again, why is it every time we call a Bloomfield game, it feels like it's going to come down to the last inning and who makes the biggest error? Who makes that big mistake to give you the lead? Because Bloomfield has just been scrappy, and I'll tell you, Bloomfield has played some fantastic teams. I mean, they played some big-time teams.
No, I don't disagree with you. They like to make it exciting. There's a nice scoop up by the third baseman, and that will be the 5-3 out number 3. And what I liked about that is he got his glove down, got his hand over the top, and he brought that thing in. Yep. Got it out of his glove right away, no patting it. Got it over to first for out number 3, as that was Brickman K, the third baseman for Uintah. It's 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So that's going to do it, as we are 2 innings down, and the score remains 2-2.
Yeah, the Bobcats are going to have the bottom half of their lineup back to the top. It's going to be 9-8-1. Valencia, Spencer, and Caruth all coming up to bat. And, Bloomfield and this Ute team back and forth. Great defensive plays, very heads-up plays, knowing where you're at. What I mean by that, you had Spencer, scoring from second off of a base hit from Peacock. Then you got Peacock giving them the lead at the time anyways, with an excellent down angle pickup with the ball in the dirt, scooted underneath the catcher's legs. It couldn't have went 8 feet behind him, and that shows you the speed of Peacock. Beautiful slide in at home. And then you fast forward over to the Utes, Steven. I mean, they scored a one spot in the first, one run in the second, tie it up 2-2. They lead clearly with the hit margin, six hits to one hit to the Bobcats with one. Let's see how this shakes out because we're in the heart of their lineup right now. It's 3, 4, and 5. Rios, Massey, and Benson. And where did you have Massey getting a base hit to?
Let me find it here.
He is the 4-spot hitter for the Utes.
You know what? I did not chart it on
I didn't either.
book.
I got a base hit for him, but I didn't put where it's at. Well, we know he's got a base hit, but we got Angel Rios up to bat now. He's the shortstop, and he struck out in the first at-bat in the first inning, so he's going to have his second at-bat here in the top of the third. And can you say a gorgeous day for baseball?
Yes.
It's funny, we're all in here in sweatshirts. I'm looking down here at the ladies, and they're all in flip-flops and short-sleeve shirts. I feel like a big sissy over here. We're up in long sleeves, and everybody's wearing short-sleeve shirts and flip-flops.
Well, unfortunately, we're still sitting in the shade. There's a little bit of a cool breeze. I mean, I'm sure out there in the sun it feels really good, but it is still a little chilly up here in our not bad. It's not bad as it was the first day. Thursday was rough.
Well,
Man,
the
it was
last
cold.
2 days
Yeah.
were brutal.
That one is in there for strike one. So 2 balls and 1 strike as Angel Rios is leading off here in the top of the third for the Utes. Still have Wyatt Etsy out there on the mound for the Bobcats. Here comes the pitch, and that one looked good. That one is in there for strike 2.
I think all these umpires should look at my form of calling a strike call, guys. I feel pretty good about it.
All right. Thank you. Tasha Lucero, thank you for supporting San Juan County athletes. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you, Tasha. And
Big
that's a
hit
big
out to center
hit.
field. I
Man.
mean, he barreled that up. A curveball started up at the top side of his shoulder, cut right across the middle of the plate, and Rios did not miss.
So, yes, thank you, Tasha. Didn't
Yeah.
want to cut you off there.
Did
We
she give
appreciate
us,
it.
last name?
Tasha Lucero.
All right, Lucero. All right, Tasha, tuning in. And you know what? Thank you for saying that.
Yes, we do appreciate it very much. We've had a lot of people have been very, very good to us here this weekend, and we appreciate all of it. And thank you for that comment. That one is going to be, he thought about it, didn't he?
He sure did. He's seen the down angle of the ball, but he couldn't find it, and neither could the runner in Rios at first base. So 1-0 the count on the cleanup hitter. It's the first baseman, number 6, Kason Massey, who got a base hit in the first inning, although we don't know where. But we know he got a hit, and he's going to look at strike 1, 1-1 the count. And I really wonder, I mean, there's no way you're going to bunt and push that runner over with your cleanup hitter here, but sometimes these coaches will surprise me. This kid can crush, and Massey, in his last game, he had a big day. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, so he can hit right up the middle, and it's another base hit.
Right as you say that, you are correct. He can hit, as that will put runners on first and second with no outs. And we have Wade Benson coming up. He flew out to center field back in the first inning. Do you know what do you have his stuff?
It was F8 earlier in the first inning, yesterday.
Yesterday, what did he have?
Wade Benson, he had a big day too. 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs.
Yeah, because he got a hold of that one when he put it out in center field. There's it. Ooh. Oh, it hits the bag. That's a fair ball. He's sending him.
Man, that's a tough break for Bloomfield. You thought it was going to scoot foul, hits the bag. Then it takes that high, long hop out into left field, and that was enough time for Angel Rios to turn third base and head on home. And now it's a 1-run lead for the Utes, 3-1.
Well, if you're Benson, you were excited that thing hit the base because it took a crazy hop and gave it was for sure you're getting on base with that one. But nice piece of hitting there by Wade Benson. Puts it where it makes it impossible to make a play on it, and that'll bring up number 3, Brickman K, and he bunts it down the first baseline. He'll be tagged out, but that will move the runners around. So he gets his job done, moves 2 runners into scoring position as they only have 1 out. So that will be the unassisted out number 1 So with runners on second and third, number 7, Braden Murray, now at the plate for the Utes, as Bloomfield just trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. Etzity's going to have to come up with some good pitching here.
Yeah, his back is against the wall right now with 2 runners at second and third. That pitch is up in the zone. Ball 1, ball 1, and Murray's already 1 for 1 in this game. Made it all the way to third base in the top of the second inning, but was unable to score. And here comes Etzity, fastball. Down low. Well, I'll tell you what, Chavarria felt like that was a strike all day long and didn't get the call, so it's 2-0 with 1 out. And here comes the pitch from the windup. Big hooking curveball again. I just seen the replay on that pitch, and it looked pretty good. It was right there.
Albert's got the stream up in front of him, and there's a delay on it, so he's all selfish with it. He turns it where only he can see it.
Oh, I'm
just kidding.
See, look at that spot right there
Yeah.
again. There it was, and
Yeah,
you could
so
tell Chavarria was like, that was a pretty pitch.
We're a couple pitches behind, but we can see him when they come up, and there's a strike, as that will bring the count to 3-1. 1 out. 3-2 is your score. The Utes now lead in this game. Bloomfield's just trying to get out of this inning. Comes a pitch from Etzity, and that's going to be ball 4, so that will load the bases for the Utes. And not sure Coach isn't coming out just yet, is he?
Well, you're going to use this game to get as much pitching out there as you possibly can to see what you've got with who. And no doubt about it, Coach Valencia is going to leave Etzity in there because he's got to see if he can dig himself out of this. Can he work himself out? Does he fall apart?
Well, when you talk to Coach King about his pitching depth, he was concerned about getting his pitchers enough innings and experience before district. So Bloomfield may be in the same situation.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Etzity pitch yet.
No, not yet. And I think we've called more Bloomfield games than we have for anybody else this season, actually. There's a fastball in there for strike 1 as it's the 8-spot hitter. It's the designated hitter, number 26, Cooper Goodrich, the right-handed hitter at the plate. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI. And he's got a spot here. There's a shot out to center field, but Jaramillo should be right there for the F8. Out number 2, tagging at third, and scoring in, though, was Massey. So on the sacrifice fly from Goodrich, he gets an RBI out of it. Gets his job done, and gives a 2-run lead to his team. Is it 2? No, pardon me. 1-run lead, 3-1. 3-2 for crying out loud. And they're going to check to see if the runner at third tagged up. You have to step on the mound first and then step off and then throw it to third base is usually what happens there. But nonetheless, hey, Goodrich picks up an RBI on the F8.
Who was it that came across the plate? Massey?
Yep, Massey scores the go-ahead run for the Utes. And now here comes a pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1 as we're at the bottom half of the lineup now. Riken Hacking, who struck out in the top of the second inning, has still got Benson over at second. He's got Murray at first. Boy, did he go way down and outside to take a swing at that pitch. It's 0-2. So now if you're Etzity, what do you go into your toolbox to bring out? Thus far, I've only seen a fastball and a curveball from Etzity, but maybe he's got something else out there.
Well, we're having a little bit of a discussion here. Not sure.
I think they're waiting for the baseball because the home plate umpire didn't throw a ball into play, did he? I didn't see him throw one. Maybe he did. Yep, he did.
Yeah, the ball came back into the play.
Well, and then the guy who ran after to go get it doesn't have a helmet on, so they had to wait for him to do that. So sawed him off on the hands. Tough play for Spencer. There it is. It's a beauty. And that high hop on that slow roller really helped him out. He fielded that up about the belt waist height, and a beautiful glove-to-hand exchange with the baseball. Fires a shot over to first base, and that's the 63 ground ball, out number 3.
So 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base, and no Bloomfield errors. And, I have to say it's good to see Spencer make that play. He had a few struggles yesterday in that game with some errors and stuff, but you can expect player like Blake Spencer to fight through that, come back, and get better. And that was a great play by Spencer. Runs that down, gets it over to first base for the 6-3 out, number 3. So nice job, Blake Spencer.
Yeah, you cannot consider that play a routine play. That's one of those big plays you got to come up with. So it's going to be 9-1-2. A.J. Valencia, the second baseman, coming up to bat. Blake Spencer and Cable Caruth coming up right after him. And I don't see any work going on in either bullpen. Nope. So both of these coaches are going to ride these starting pitchers out, at least at this point. It's a 4-2 lead.
Man, and like I said, it might be a little bit stressful for the coaches, but this has been a fun game to watch so far. Both these teams offensively just coming out and getting after it, putting a lot of pressure on the defenses. It almost feels like it should be a bigger score than 4-2.
Sure does. As many hits as you see up on the board,
yeah.
It's wild to think that there's only 4 runs or a total of 6 runs on the board. But, you know, and you guys have been talking about, we've talked about a number of times that this is an excellent practice to give the pitchers, the hitters, time to see live in-time experience, game experience. That also goes for the coaches, guys. They're going to be thinking, did I mess up? Should I have hit and run there? Should I have bunted? Oops, I bunted him. Shouldn't have done that. So they're trying to get that figured out. There's a sharp ground ball hit to the shortstop, handled beautifully. And does he have a huge arm or what? Angel Rios continues to impress at shortstop for the Utes.
Well, you can't say enough about that kid. Angel Rios right there. Fundamentally sound. I mean, he did the exact right thing. That ball bounced, and it didn't go into his glove, but it hit right by his arm, and he was able to stop it because he got in front of the ball.
That's
and
it.
Was able to get it out and get it over to first base and get the out. Good job by Angel Rios.
You're spot on with that. There's a shot again to Rios, but Spencer goes over the top of the head of the shortstop. Rios did everything he could, but he realized, I'm not getting to that. And Spencer leads his team off with a base hit in the second at-bat of this inning. So he's standing over at first, and he scored a run, drew a walk his first at-bat. But now again, he gives his team a chance. And how many teams in the four corners, Steven, when we see those leadoff hitters in the Spencers and the Courtneys and the Hackstroms or different players like that, that when they get on the base, they always make magic happen for their team.
Yeah, you're right, and I'll go back to it. Blake Spencer, he had a rough day yesterday, and, man, he has just come back big time today, and he is playing well. That's a nice shot out into center field. It's going to drop as Spencer will make it over to second base. Great field awareness by Spencer. He saw that ball was going to drop. He slowly made his way, and as soon as it hit the ground, he was able to get to second base safely. So now with runners on first and second, we will have Gavin Peacock, who had that big double in the first inning with an RBI, and he has a run scored. So Gavin Peacock, definitely the guy you want up at the plate in this situation, as he's got his fans out there watching today as well.
Well, there's 2 outs, so he's I only have 1. Did I miss something, guys? I got 1 out here. They got 2 on the board, but I think it's only 1. There's a shot out to right field. This is going to be trouble. It's going to drop for a base hit. And Spencer's going to come around. Nope, they're going to hold him there.
Probably a good decision.
Peacock continues his barrage offensively here at the plate for the Bloomfield Bobcats with his second hit in a row, and now bases are loaded with 1 out. Unless I missed something, guys, please correct me.
I have 1 out. Somewhere. I have 1 out as well. It shows 2 on the scoreboard. We just had the 6-3 out number 1 on A.J. Valencia at the beginning of the inning. He led off, but we've had 3 straight hits by the Bobcats, and that is why the bases are loaded. So great opportunity for Trey Woods here, the 4-hole hitter. This is the guy you want at the plate in this situation. That one is a nice-looking pitch in there for strike 1.
Gosh, that was an ornery off-speed pitch on the outer half of the plate on the left-handed hitter. So now if you're Woods, you've seen the off-speed. You've already got 1 at-bat with him. You grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning in your first at-bat, but he's got bases juiced with 1 out. Big spot for him. Oh, he got sawed off on the hands. And you could tell he did not want to swing at that pitch, but he did. It came off the hands, fouled it off. And now he's going to have to reset because Murray can come at you multiple different ways. Let's see what the pitch is here. I got a feeling they're going outside on the left-handed hitter with something. Outside is what I'm going to call.
Yeah, this is a dangerous spot if you're the pitcher in Braden Murray for Uintah. You're going to have to try to work around this guy. Oh, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3, out number 2. That's a big strikeout right there for Braden Murray, and that'll bring up number 13, Manuel Chavarria, the second baseman. I'm sorry, the second baseman. I look at 2, the catcher.
I knew what you were doing.
That's what I did when I was reading the names, and I said Braden Murray was in left field because I looked at his number 7.
I picked up what you were throwing down there, Stephen Park.
It's been 3 days worth, hasn't it? So Chavarria stepping into the batter's box for the Bobcats. Let's see if he can get it done.
Chavarria, the catcher.
The catcher, not number 2, or the second baseman, or whatever I said.
You know, it's not officially a game unless Stephen and I mess something up with a pronunciation, a number, or a name. So, hey, now this game is official.
It doesn't take long, does it?
It sure doesn't. 1-0 the count on Chavarria. Again, looking desperately to get through for his team. Bases loaded. They need him desperately to come through and extend, or at least get closer to this lead. It's a 4-2 lead right now for Utah.
Come on, Chavarria. It's peanut butter and jelly time.
That's right.
At least that's what we keep hearing.
We got to get that explanation of what that means.
Yes.
So.
You know, like we need Jessica. We need Jessica to let us know what that means.
So we got a timeout called. I'm not sure who called the timeout, but we're set to go. Murray comes set out of the stretch. Fastball down low for ball 3. So listen, Chavarria could get the job done with throwing a walk.
Yeah, if he get and this is the hard part, because if you're Chavarria, you know there's probably a pretty good pitch coming this next pitch. But if you're Coach Valencia, you're probably saying, nope, don't swing at that pitch. Let's see if we can get the walk and get a run scored. Don't put us in a situation on a force out, you know.
I think if Chavarria right now, if you're him, this is that being smart of knowing where you're at in the game situation. If you're Chavarria, Corey, you're looking at 2 pitches. So you're going to go down to a full count if there's 2 back-to-back strikes, and then you're going to take a hack with a full count.
Yeah, I think you'd be aggressive even a 3-1 count. I'm thinking you might be aggressive there with bases loaded as well.
Let's see what Chavarria does. Murray had his entire infield call timeout, come have a conversation with him, see if it settles him down. He's got bases juiced with 2 outs. What do we got? I guess the hitter called timeout. We had 2 timeouts called in this at-bat, and here we go. It's a big spot, so I like the timeouts being called. Maybe it's that chess game you're playing here.
Look at that.
Walk and the
Great
RBI.
job by Chavarria, as he was not fooled at all. And when I say that, I know it's a walk, but he didn't swing at anything. He forced Murray to throw the pitches, and it didn't happen. So good job by Chavarria. He'll take that RBI.
Now you got Mikael Colbert coming up to bat. It's the third baseman. He struck out in the second inning. He's got Chavarria at first, Picot at second, and Caruth at third. But I believe they brought somebody in to run for Chavarria so he could get his equipment on. And it's number 12 for the Bloomfield Bobcats running. That's Ryan Page.
Number 5, Mikael Colbert, now at the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out in the second inning, and he'll take a big swing, and that'll be strike 1 for Colbert. Man, this is, gosh, if you're Coach Valencia, you need this. You need your guys to get a hit, or you don't want to leave 3 runners stranded out there on the bases. Come on, Mikael Colbert is what he's saying. That one is down low for ball 1. So 1-1 the count, bases loaded. There's 3 outs up on the board, but there's only 2 actual outs.
We've had 3 outs this entire inning, or half inning at least. So it's a 1-1 count. Let's see if Colbert can barrel something up here.
It's fouled off.
Inside pitch. Not a bad spot for Murray. That's a tough pitch to hit. You got to hit that pitch out front. If you're going to hit the inside pitch, you got to hit it off the front leg.
Yeah, absolutely.
No question about it. Because if you don't, you're going to get sawed off on the hands. It's going to be a slow roller, and you're going to probably more than likely get thrown out. So here we go. Beautiful battle here between Murray and Colbert. Big swing and a miss. It was that a huge strikeout for Murray.
Yes, big time strikeout for Murray as he leaves some runners stranded. So that's 1 run on 3 hits, 3 runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So Murray gets himself out of a big jam, as it looked with a base hit would have given Bloomfield the lead probably, and he takes care of business, gets the strikeout against Colbert, and that will take us into the top of the 4th inning, where Uintah will be starting off at the top with their leadoff hitter, Hunter Funk, number 2, Hunter Funk. So it'll be 1, 2, and 3 here for the Uintah Utes.
I was going to say, go ahead and say the name, Steven. It's a lot of fun to say.
Hunter Funk. I swear last year you were like, now that is a baseball name. You liked that name last year. So.
I think it was like Easton Ryder or something.
Oh, was that what it was? I thought it was Hunter Funk.
The first name was Easton, but it was like Easton Ryder or Easton Crush or some kind of name like that. It was fantastic for baseball. And as Steven mentioned, it's 1, 2, and 3 coming up, and we still have Etsy on the mound. Nobody working in either side of the bullpens. And just a treat of a game here on the last day of the Scorpion Invite, as we're in game number 12. Coming after this game is going to be game number 13. It's the Kirtland Central Broncos taking on Smoky Hill. And then you're going to have the Pedro Vista Panthers at the 5 o'clock game. They'll be taking on Pueblo West. That's going to turn out to be a great game.
I think that's going to be an exciting one.
And then one I know I'm waiting for, I'm excited to see, is going to be the nightcap. It's Farmington taking on Durango. And from what I understand, the JV tournament's going on at Worley.
Yes.
Okay, Worley. And each one of these teams that are here with their varsity team or here with their JV, they're playing at the same time at said field, correct?
Yeah, at least that's what we've been seeing as we've been getting those text messages. So you'll be over at Worley tonight then, Brody?
Yep.
Okay.
Get him on a headset.
Put that headset on, Brody. We're going to interview you.
Jeez almighty. What are you guys doing over here, you two?
Gosh,
let's
Corey.
get with it. Gosh, dang it.
I offered him the headset earlier. He told me no.
We want to go to the bullpen, but you're not even paying attention.
I wish.
So what do you think of this tournament, man? Being over there at JV, getting to see what's happening on varsity. You catch. I mean, you're a utility player, right? I mean, you're playing all over the field.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Last year I was C team, so I didn't really get to play in the tournament last year, but it's been pretty fun.
Did you have fun during football season getting to run that camera for us, doing some production? Yeah,
that
was a good
fun.
time.
That was really fun.
We appreciate that.
Curveball.
It's 3 straight balls.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat setup as the JV tournament going on over at Worley. And so basically right now, the Utes JV team is playing Bloomfield's JV team over there right now. And there's a fastball in there for strike 1.
I know if there's anybody over there watching, send us a text or give us a message and let us know how things are going over there. But yeah, it would have been fun to get some JV games in, but that would just spread us way too thin.
Sure would have.
You would have liked that, huh, Brody?
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you think your coach would have let you come out there and kind of run camera for us and then go back out there and
when
play?
you weren't playing?
Maybe. Who knows?
You never know till you ask. Right?
Yep.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, playing at Worley, I love that field. I mean, actually, it's probably my favorite field around here.
Yeah, it's really nice since they redone it and all.
Yeah, he was talking about how they redid it.
Yeah.
Is it the infield? Did they redid the infield, right?
Yeah, they did everything.
thing.
Oh, did they do everything? Okay.
Outfield, infield,
Fence.
the whole deal. There's a shot out to the gap. Scooting on over there is the center fielder for the Bobcats in Hadamil, but he's not able to get there in enough time, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Zane Murray, who was 1 for 2 at the time, now goes 2 for 3, and now they're in business with 2 runners in scoring position, and the 3-spot hitter, it's Angel Rios coming up to bat.
Well, man, it just looks the same no matter who's out on the field. These guys are just coming out, being aggressive at the plate and getting hits today. Man,
So, Brody, what is your favorite position to play, kind of being that utility player? Is it catcher, first? What do you like the most?
I like catching the most, but I'm a lefty, so my coaches are a little iffy on that.
Unless you're on the bump instead, right?
Yeah, they prefer me on the bump.
That might be trouble. Getting over there, catching it. Here's the play. Nope, not
Sack.
in time.
Fly.
And Funk with a ton of speed, and why not? He's the leadoff hitter. You expect him to be able to tag up and score. And now the Utes will extend their lead 5-2 after the F8 sacrifice fly, or excuse me, F9 sacrifice fly.
There you go.
Crying out loud. Jiminy, criminy. And an RBI.
It's okay. It's all right.
Now we got the 4-hole hitter. It is number 6, Kaysen Massey. And he is having himself a day at the plate. He is 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI.
You know, what's really cool, too, is the energy coming out of both of these dugouts whenever their guy is up to bat, man. Both of these teams are just – they're getting into the game. It just makes it more fun for the fans, makes it more fun for us. And that's going to be hit right back at Etsy. Nice snag at the mound as he will get the 1-3 out number 2. That was hit hard, so good reflexes by
I mean, when
by
it
Etsy.
skipped off the grass that fast, I mean, man, he got a pretty good chunk of the barrel on that. It's going to be number 5, the catcher, or excuse me,
Hey,
5 spot.
Brody, what do you think of that center field camera view? You like that?
That's pretty nice. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Wouldn't you like to be out there pitching and have that out there?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it's Wade Benson up to bat now, 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. And he's got an opportunity to maybe put another RBI in the book for himself. You know, when you watch these games, Brody, how does your mind work? I know when I was younger and I came out here to watch these games, I could sit out here for hours, but I was always with my mind working different situations. Do you catch yourself doing that too?
Yeah, you look at the pitching a lot. It's a lot faster than your sub-varsity. You'll see a lot faster pitching, and you kind of like want to time it down as you're watching it.
Well, I would suspect so when you got Eli Edmondson.
Yeah.
You got JJ. Is it JJ?
Jordan Pope.
Jordan
Pope,
Jordan
yeah.
Pope.
You know, one of the pitchers we haven't seen yet, at least this year, for the Farmington Scorpions, and I'm quite surprised. Maybe he's thrown. We just haven't watched him throw, but J.J. Oliver.
Yeah.
He's got a big live fastball as well.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Wyatt Bookno throw yet either.
Yeah, they're working with him right now.
Well, you talked about, remember we said King talked about the depth of his pitching staff. I mean, that seems like a good problem to have when you got a deep pitching staff.
Man, Valencia was talking to us about that, Coach V for Bloomfield, and he said, man, I'm 9-10 guys deep, but how do I get all these guys out here for mount time?
Swung on. It's fouled off into the catcher's glove, so that'll be strike 3, out number 3, as there was one run on one hit, one runner left on base, and no Bloomfield errors. So after the top of the 4th inning, the score is now 5-2, as the Bloomfield Bobcats will have their turn at the plate here in just a minute. We got a message in on Facebook from Sydney Woods, and she said, "Let's go, Trey," and thank you for that. Sydney Woods, yes, Trey is one of our favorite kids. He's, like we talked about earlier, he's such a good kid, and he always gives us away from down there. We don't get to talk to him a lot because we're always up here in the booth, but he made the effort to look up and get our attention, and we got to say hi to him a little bit yesterday and talk to his dad. So, yes, Trey is a great kid. So coming up next for the Bobcats is going to be 7, 8, and 9. That's Wyatt Etsity, Damian Jaramillo, and AJ Valencia. But
well, you guys got the nightcap game tonight, huh, Brody?
Yeah, we do. Well,
against Durango?
Yeah, we play at 5. Varsity plays at 7:30.
Oh,
so we can go play our game and come back here and watch them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're playing a little bit early then?
Yeah.
Just so you can get to this game. Cool.
Have you guys played Durango yet?
Not this year.
No.
Nope.
So that'll be an exciting game.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Where are you playing tonight?
Probably outfield.
Outfield?
Yeah.
Did you throw in the last couple days? Or?
I threw on Thursday.
How'd that go?
It was all right. I was throwing strikes. pretty much got shelled. I'll be real.
Well, here's the deal. Some days you're going to throw strikes and you're going to have a great day, and some days you're going to throw strikes and the hitters just cannot miss. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, as a pitcher, it's hard, but you have a bad day, you just got to forget it and move on, and that's the tough part, because a lot of us like to hold on to that and get upset, and it's hard to overcome. But there's a hit to the third baseman. Oh, and he mishandles it. That's going to be E5, as Mr. Etsy will end up over there on first base.
Well, he did the right thing.
What?
Oh, I didn't know if somebody was pointing at me or somebody else, but nonetheless, I mean, he did everything right on that ground ball, Steven. He just sat down too far on it. When he got his hands out front, it popped up right on his palm. Regardless, it was perfect form for him. Just sometimes them balls are sneaky, and there's nothing you can do about it. So no runs. No outs.
I should have put the Albert cam on.
One runner on base.
You should have the Albert cam on for sure.
Damon Jaramillo up to bat. Sorry, guys, these jokesters aren't paying attention to the game. They're playing little junior high games over here.
Hey,
How'd you like
if
that
we're not giving you a hard time, we're not doing something right.
I'm telling you, the gloves are fixing to come off. You guys are begging for it, and I've been backing off. But
we're gonna have to turn on the Albert cam just so we have evidence. All right, Damian Armillo at the plate for the Bobcats with a 0-1 count.
I thought the audio went off on that one. I wasn't sure what happened.
So Jaramillo, he is 0 for 1 in this game with the ground ball to third base.
Oh,
Dropped
the barrel. That's going to be F2 for out number 1. Tell us about it, Albert. We know how that drives you nuts.
No. It drives me nuts, but it don't matter if it drives me nuts. It's going to drive Coach Valencia nuts down there. So his son, A.J. Valencia, now up to bat.
Let's see that on the replay.
And he is 0 for 1 with the ground ball out to shortstop. They've got a runner on first. That's Etsy.
Oh, hit by pitch.
Now he's going to throw his bat down a little hard and hustle down to first. Is AJ hit by pitch, and you know what? They need runners. Right now, they're down 5-2, and we say this all the time. Find a way to get on base when you're down in the game.
All right, so excuse me, that takes us back up to the top of the lineup as number 9, Blake Spencer, will come up to the plate for the Bobcats, as he is 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored here today. So having quite the day. Had a great play on that 6-3 out. He's having a lot better day today. I mean, in my opinion, he had a few struggles yesterday, but love this kid, as he is just a solid kid. We've got to have a few conversations with him coming to Hot Mic and KOBF and stuff. Just really like this kid. Nice hit right back up the middle. Shortstop gets it. That's the 6-4, and they do not get the 4-3. So that'll be 6-4 out number 2 as Blake Spencer gets on the fielder's choice. Let's see.
I think we've only seen one double play this entire tournament, and it's just been tough. You see everybody trying to get the ball out of their glove as quickly as they can, just never in enough time. And Caruth, the right fielder, up to bat. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a base hit for the Bloomfield Bobcats, and they desperately need a base hit from him here, as you got you've got Etsy standing over at second. Actually, he was replaced with I believe a runner.
Oh, he got him. That was a great throwdown by the catcher for Uintah. That was number 8, Wade Benson. Holy cow, he got that ball out there, and he beat Spencer by a couple of steps, as Spencer will go down on the 2-6.
I can't imagine Coach Valencia gave him the steal sign. They need runners on base with 2 outs. I don't know, Brody, what do you think? I mean, I think Spencer took off on his own, but I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, maybe they're expecting the shortstop to catch it and maybe try to hold up that runner on third. But I don't know.
So we got no runs on no hits, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Uintah error. So after 4 complete innings, the score is 5-2. The Utes in the lead here in Game 12 of this Farmington Scorpion Invite, and which has been a fantastic, I say tournament for lack of a better word. They call it an invite because it's not really a tournament or bracket play or anything like that. It's just kind of a round robin, and you get matched up against these teams. And we've got some really good teams here. We've seen some really good baseball, some really good baseball players. We had Aztec and Grants in that first game, and they finished out their weekend of baseball as the Grants Pirates came away with what was the final score? Was it 14-4? 14-4? Yeah, 14-4 as they wrapped up their play, and we're here at Game 12. This is the last game for these 2 teams as well, and boy, it's been a good one.
Sure has. Well, it is the Utes coming up to bat here in the top of the 5th. It's 6, 7, and 8. Kay Murray and Goodrich. And Brickman Kay, the third baseman, he is 1 for 2 with the run scored for the Utes. He'll step in on the right-hand side. We still have Etzedy on the mound. And he's got to be getting up there in pitch count, so I'm sure Coach Valencia is trying to figure out who's he going to go to in the bullpen here soon. That's strike 1.
Nice pitch by Etzedy. He's working from the windup. We were talking about that today and yesterday about how very few kids work out of the windup anymore. They mostly just work out of the stretch, but Etzedy working out of the windup for the Bobcats.
It's a rarity. I mean, it is rare to see kids come out of the
What do you do,
windup.
Brody?
No, well, I go wind up when there's no runners on.
Yes, that's my guy down there. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Making Albert proud.
I know, you're getting all the points with Albert today.
I like
Here's
it.
a question I want to ask you, Brody. And this is for Albert's sake. How often do you guys work on bunting?
We work on bunting quite a bit.
Okay.
We're a bunting program.
You never drop the barrel of your bat, do you?
We'll try not to. Or you
You're
get
supposed
chewed.
to say, yes, I never drop my barrel of my bat. That's what Albert wanted to
That
hear.
is the proper answer. I never drop my barrel.
It's in
Well,
the dirt
you know,
for ball
people
3.
just don't understand. I mean, if you're trying to push a runner over, yeah, that could be the district championship. I mean, there's so many times that these the players these days just don't understand the importance of getting that bunt down on the ground.
Yeah, it's just playing the
very
small game.
important. And you know what? Magaha from Piedra Vista, he won multiple state championships doing just that.
Yeah.
It's a lost art now.
It
Yeah, it's
really
really
is.
important.
It's like you said, it's a lost art. A lot of these teams don't focus on it anymore, and I think that's where you see the struggle to execute because they just don't practice it enough. I'm glad to hear that Farmington does that. I mean, that used to be how I started in the cage. The first 10 pitches were bunting.
Yeah, us too. I think that was a Coach Carpenter thing.
I think
But
it
he
was.
came from the Farmington program.
Yeah.
And moved over to Aztec. He was under, was it Macklemore? I think it was Macklemore.
So number 7, Braden Murray, now at the plate, and that one's going to be in there for strike 1. Etzedy doing a good job on the mound for the
Sure
Bobcats
is.
today. I mean, he's had a few situations, but overall, he's doing a good job out there.
Well, this Ute team from Uintah is no joke. They are pretty dang legit. 0-2 the count now. Let's see if Etzedy can help his cause out and punch him out here somehow, somewhat. Well, maybe sometime today.
Yeah, I heard him call out 4-3-5, and then he pulled his little thing out of his pocket to see what that meant. So runner on first, 0-2 the count to Mr. Murray, and he's going to foul that one off.
Now that was high and way outside. Just a defensive swing, didn't want to leave it up to the umpire, so he just fought it off.
It's amazing to me that they let him take the time to pull that deal out of their pocket and look at whatever the call is. Gonna check the runner at first.
Yeah, just the B move. Brody, how often do you use your B move over to first?
Oh, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
What gives you the option in your own mind when you want to bring that A move versus the B or even the C. There is a C move, just got a little lobber over there.
Mm-hmm.
Great execution. That was a hit and run, no doubt about it. And goodness, can Kay absolutely fly on the bases.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He turned second. When that ball got by, he just turned and took off. He just turned on the jets.
Man.
So great. He was still in second, and it was perfect timing as Braden Murray hits it right under. I mean, that's Colbert over there. Is that Colbert on third? Yeah, that's Colbert over there. He made an attempt at it, but that thing was just hard to get to. Gets under his glove, and that will put runners on first and third with no outs as we have Cooper Goodrich coming up. He'll foul that one off, and I got a score update from Jennifer Pinkley. She said check score. Oh, she said check score. I think Bloomfield High School should be 3. Let's see. Yeah, that is correct. Yep. It should be 3 up on the board. I've just been looking at the board. You are correct. It should be 3.
Well, and to break that down, we have zero control over what happens on the scoreboard.
We don't have the control over that. But you are right. We do have it in our scorebook. I've just been saying it wrong because I just look up at the scoreboard for quick reference. But yes, you are correct. It is 5-3 score.
You know, we try to go over there and tell them in the press box, but we get the dirty look, so we just stop going over there and telling them.
That's right.
It's like, come on, guys, I'm sorry. 0-2 the count now on Goodrich, who is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI.
We'll just tell him Jennifer told us to tell him.
Actually,
how about that?
1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. You know, somebody go over there and tell them that Jennifer
Brody, go over there and tell them that Jennifer said.
And that Jennifer also said if they give us any lip, they got to deal with her.
Oh, God.
Right? No? I don't know. Let's see what she says when she responds back. Fouled off. Boy, that right there was an absolute defensive swing. He was completely fooled on that pitch. It was high, out of the zone, and he did everything he could to foul that pitch off. Because it was certainly ball 1. And if you're Etsy, you appreciate him taking a hack.
And Murray will make it over to second. So runners on second and third, no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Wow, I just realized that. It is the top of the 5th inning in this game as it's an 0-2 count to Cooper Goodrich. Ooh, and he got him on the check swing, and that's going to sit Goodrich down. So that'll be out number 1 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, I was going to say right before that pitch, he got him on that. He kind of fooled him on that last pitch. I'm going right back in that same spot and let him chase it again.
He sure did, too.
Number 4, Hacking, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, and then he grounded out to the shortstop. He is at the plate with an opportunity here. 2 runners in scoring position as the Utes looking to see if they can increase their lead, and that's going to be hit. Oh, great job by Colbert. Nice diving stop. That would have for sure scored a 1 run, possibly 2, and Colbert says, not happening on my watch as he scoops that thing up. And 5-3 out number 2.
Great diving.
So Jennifer gave us the laughy face, so I guess that means we can go tell him that it was Jennifer
she gave
said.
Us the green
so
light.
all right.
My emoji game is pretty poor, but we'll take that as a green light.
We got some talking going on here. Let me get through this pitch. There's a nice hit right back up the middle. That will score a run. That's going to score 2. Yep, that's going to score those 2 runs all the way from second base. Does Braden Murray makes it. So Rick McKay and Braden Murray come across the plate for 2 more runs, as that will increase the lead 7-3.
Well, and now Funk is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored, and we might see Coach Valencia bring in a new pitcher. Let's see if he sends somebody out to the bullpen to get them hot, or are they on the field? Yep, it's going to be the end of the day for Etsy. Did a fine job. He really did.
I was laughing because Sydney Woods got on there and said, Jennifer Pinkley, Mama, coming for everyone.
Oh.
That's right. So it's okay. I think we're good. We can go over there and tell them Jennifer said.
We'll roll it to Mama. How about that?
That's
Nobody
right.
will mess with Mama Bear. And for the Bobcats, now up on the mound is number 2.
Did I get my? I got my
Or is it number 3?
two runs on 2 hits. No runners left on base. Or I'm sorry, 1 runner left on base. And no Bloomfield errors.
Well, we're still in the inning. But that's all right. We'll like to hear that. So where's my...
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
That's all right. We're all right,
Oh,
man.
my gosh.
We're all right, pal. You got
What
it.
am I doing? I'm getting ahead of the game, right?
Number 2 is Mikkel Colbert. I thought he was already in the game.
He just came off at third base, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I not have his number?
Yeah,
right?
Mikkel Colbert is number 6 or 5.
It's number 2 on the mound.
Oh. Number 2's on the mound?
I must have the wrong number.
Oh.
Because Mikkel Colbert's number 5.
I wonder if that was one of the corrections they were making. I'm going to have to go look at my... Let's see here.
Well, that was from what Coach Valencia sent me on his lineup.
Oh, I don't have...
I don't have number 2 on here, so that has to be one of the... It's got to be one of the corrections that they're asking about. Because I don't...
Oh, I thought we had Mikkel Colbert. I hope we were saying the right name, because if that's not him, we need to give credit for that great diving catch, but that's who we had.
It is number 2. No doubt about it, but I don't have a number 2 on the roster, and I think that's why... Now it all makes sense why the coach from the Utes called a timeout, was asking Coach Valencia what was going on, because if any of you Bloomfield Bobcat fans are tuning in, will you let us know, is number 2 Colbert?
Well, he was number 2. Yeah, he was number 2 in this game right here, so I'm pretty sure that is him.
All right, well, let's
And he was playing third base, so sorry. It's number 2, Mikkel Colbert.
So he's going now to pitch. And I think Wyatt got moved over to third.
I think somebody wrote his position as his number because
Wyatt moved over to third.
You guys
so
don't
it's
happen
just
to have
straight
a
swap.
pitch count for that previous pitcher, do you?
Unfortunately, I don't. And usually we use Mandy Sagata for that, but I believe her son's playing in a tournament over in Aztec today. So we're hosed all around.
all right. So I apologize. Because everything changed. I thought the inning was over.
Did that take us forever or
Yeah,
what?
I'm a little tired. Can you tell? So strike 1 to Zane Murray, who is now at the plate. So 2 outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit out into left field. So that's going to be another base hit for the Utes.
Well, that was just a great piece of hitting. That was a fastball on the outer half of the plate on the left-handed hitter in Murray, and he put it exactly where it goes. Didn't get fancy with it, anything. Just pushed it out in the left field, and a good piece of hitting.
Yeah, Jennifer said number 2 is Colbert.
Nice. So Jennifer
Man,
bailing out DSL over here.
Jennifer, do you think you could get us a pitch count too? Because we know that you are on it.
Well, you know, I
She's
am a
helping us
little
out.
hungry.
Yeah, maybe you could bring us some food. I don't know.
Lineups for the next game. No? All right, well, I was just throwing
Hey,
it out
I mean,
there. I'm just giving it a shot here. You know, you never know.
and I mean, Sydney said that you take care of the business, so this is our fun fan interaction right here.
Well, if we didn't have that, we might be sitting here pedaling around, throwing shade at each other. There's a shot in the
Nice
left
hit.
field. That's going to
He's
score
sending him.
one. Here's the throw. It's in time. He's out by a long shot. Oh, he dropped the ball.
He dropped
He
it.
dropped the ball. Instead of just tagging him out, for some reason, the catcher in Chavaria decided to try to block the plate, and all he had to do was just kind of put the glove in front of the plate, and he would have had him out. A big collision at home, but he's going to be safe, and that'll make the score 8-2.
Yeah, that was a big collision.
What a rocket of an arm from the left fielder in Gavin Peacock. He threw a straight-up strike to home plate, and he was out by at least 2 steps, but Chavaria could not hold on to the ball, and it got knocked out, and it's going to score the run. Funk from second base scores.
7-2 for out number 2. And
Man, what a rocket of a throw, though, by Peacock out in left field.
so,
You know what? I'm going to make sure that's still Peacock out there because now I'm all over the place.
so that was a fielder's choice. Angel Rios makes it over to second base. So now we have Zane Murray on third, Angel Rios on second, correct?
It's actually a base hit
Oh,
with
sorry.
an RBI, and then he moved over to second on the throw
You're
to
right.
home. So we got the 4-spot hitter. It's Massey, who is 2 for 3 with the RBI and a run scored. And looking to help his team extend the lead. It's an 8-2 lead right now for the Utes. What a play at home. Chavaria, if he holds on to that, man, that would have been an ESPN Fox Sport highlight. Here's a ground ball to Spencer. Fielded nicely. Here's the throw to first. 6-3 ground ball out, number 3.
Good job by Spencer as he closes out that inning, as there was 3 runs. Was it 3 runs?
Yes.
Yes, 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 runners left on base. Can't see my marks, and 0 Bloomfield errors. So after 4.5 innings, the score is 8-2. What are we looking at on time limit? I know that we have our time limits. Let's see. Sorry, you're right. 8-3. They need to correct that on the scoreboard. I keep looking at the scoreboard. Jennifer corrected me again.
I'll run over there and go tell him. We got a text coming in. It is Mikkel, so thank you. It's Donnie Woods. Go Trey. Love you, son. So Trey Woods' dad checking in, and then got some games going on over in Aztec as the FC Rage 12U Invite coaching the San Juan Pitbulls 12U team, and that is our guy in Garrett Ignacio.
All right, sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up on my book here. So he has, I thought that was Hunter Funk that got thrown out at home plate. It says 8 on the scoreboard. I missed a run somewhere. I'll have to get that figured out, but
Besides the Bloomfield one? Or you
well,
didn't miss it, the scoreboard
I
missed it,
have 2 runs marked here on my sheet, and I missed because I thought it was Hunter Funk that got thrown out at home.
No, he slid in safe. That was the play at home.
That's right.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
We had 2 runs.
They had the 2-1 lead, and then Uintah. So hey, but don't feel bad. We got the longtime head coach for Farmington High School in here, but hey, we missed a run against Farmington, so we understand. Thank you though, doing a good job.
All right. I don't know if you heard that interaction, Jennifer, but we got it taken care of for you.
Yeah.
Whenever we said Jennifer Pinkley said it was 8-3.
He said, whoa.
He said, let me get this taken care of.
Let me change this right now. I don't want no business with her, so we'll get this worked out. So.
All right, Cable Caruth. And, man, he takes the first pitch. It's going to go right to the second baseman. That's going to be the 4-3 out, number 1.
Is that a new second baseman out there?
Looks like it.
Look like
I know.
It's the same second baseman. It is number 4.
Yep, it is.
So now at second base. Oh, no. He's the same one. I don't know why it didn't look like him for some reason. Now 8-2 the lead.
Oh, here's Austin Bayless. Says, I remember working on bunting for days with Magaha. You drop that barrel, get ready to run poles.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, they won championship after championship playing small ball, but playing the chess game, as Steven likes to call it, the chess game properly and right. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you cannot bunt a runner over, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know if I'm coach, you ain't playing for me. If you don't know how to bunt a runner from first over to second or second to third, you ain't in the starting lineup. That's a fact.
Well, that wind is starting to pick up a little bit, isn't it?
No. We were doing just fine without it.
I know. You can
shaking the camera for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. You can. I hear these flags start clapping over here on the side of us, and I'm like, yep, the wind's picking up. That's going to be high. And
Ball one.
Yep, ball one. He tried to get the umpire down there on first.
We like to razz about saying we were putting our life on the line, putting that outfield camera up there on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's pretty sketchy, though. I'm not going to lie about that. Oh, and you could tell. I must have my...
2-2 the count.
What did Peacock do at his at-bat?
His last at-bat, he got a single out into right field.
But he just hit. See how it's not Peacock? It's Trey Woods. So we missed something from Peacock.
Maybe it was when we were doing the score.
I'm glad you guys messed up.
Well, I had ran over next door to go tell him to change the score, so I wasn't paying attention. But I don't know. Maybe somebody else who was watching the game can tell us what happened with
folks.
Peacock,
We apologize. It is. I think we're under a quarter of a tank here as we're coming down the stretch. We really do enjoy doing this, and we are desperately trying to keep up with everything. So I apologize. If somebody can message us on what Peacock did there, I don't know how we missed that. I think that might have been when Coach came in and we were showing in the scorebooks and getting the score situated. But
well, I know his mom was listening, so maybe she can send us a text message at 505-701-2222, or somebody let us know what happened with Peacock. We missed that on the scorebook.
It's 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base, and no errors. So after 5 complete innings, the score is 8-3. It is officially correct now on the scoreboard. Thank you to everybody helping us out with that information. And we will have 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Wade, Benson, Brickman K, and Braden Murray. Man, it is not good to put your headset right on top of the little knot on your hat on your head. Gosh, that's starting to hurt.
That'll zing you.
Yeah. Did we lose Brody?
Yeah, Brody's got to go play baseball. So.
You guys are boring me. I'm out of here is what he's saying.
No more
Hanging out
broadcasting.
with the old guys. No, thank you.
Yeah, we like Brody. Helped us out during football season. He was solid for us running that for you, Corey. I mean, you were the one that was always over here in Farmington.
He took care of me on camera work for Farmington football.
He did a good job too. He did a really good job.
He's hired.
He is hired.
I'm not biased or anything either, but
here comes the first pitch to Wade Benson, and that one is high inside for ball 1.
Benson 1 for 3 with an RBI in today's game. 8-3 your score.
Right to Blake Spencer. And Blake has been money today as he continues to do a great job out there at shortstop, and he's had a good day from the plate as well. So Blake Spencer with the 6-3 out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And when does this game, what's the official time limit on this game? Do you know?
We started right on time.
Okay. Which was noon, right?
Yes. Yep.
12. So we got a bit then. Still yet to go.
Got about 35 minutes to roll here.
All right. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. So 1-1 the count to Brickman K. 1 out here in this inning. This we're in the top of the 6th, right? Yeah, we are in the top of the 6th.
2-1 the count, 1 out, and no runners on. 8-3 is the lead for the Utes over the Bloomfield Bobcats here in game 12 of the Scorpion Invite. Nubbed it off on the end of the bat, so 2-2 the count. And you see Kirtland pulling into the ballpark, so they're getting ready for game number 13 as they'll be taking on, I believe it's Smoky Hill. Let's look. It is Smoky Hill.
That should be an interesting game. I'm curious to see who coach pitches for Kirtland. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Great pitch by Colbert. And that's going to bring up number 7, Braden Murray, the pitcher. Will now be his turn to come up to the plate. And what has he done for the day? He is 2 for 2 with a run scored. So, I'm sorry. He is, he's 2 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. So that is a high fly ball. Should it be a routine F8? And it is. So 3 up, 3 down for the Bobcats. F8 out number 3. No runs on no hits. No runners left on base and no errors. So that is going to do it for the top of the 6th inning, where your score is still 8-3. The Utes leading here against the Bloomfield Bobcats. And haven't gotten any messages recently. So if you're out there and you want to send us a message and say hi or tell us who you're cheering for, where you're cheering from, just 505-701-2222, or put it on the Facebook comments or the YouTube comments, and we will read that for you. And if you have any pitch counts, that would be good to know as well. We wanted to see what the pitch count was for Etzedy before he went out of the game. If you have that, we'd appreciate that, just for informational purposes.
Thank you very much.
And hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast and the views of the game, because we sure have enjoyed doing this for you this week. And once again, don't forget to go and find our new Desert Sports Live business page. It has the little Desert Sports Live D symbol in the profile picture. That's how you know. And we're on Instagram. Go follow us there. We're on X. It's it's Desert Sports LIV. We couldn't get the E on there because of character limits, so it's Desert Sports LIV. And YouTube, please subscribe and follow us there. We're trying to get that built up, because we are going to be pushing all of our content onto YouTube.
For the Bobcats, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. It is Chavarria, Colbert, and Etzedy all coming up to bat. And Chavarria is 0 for 1 with an RBI and a walk, stepping in on the right-hand side of the box. And on the mound, it's still number 7, Braden Murray. A big hack well behind the fastball. He'll foul it off, but he's going to have to get his hands started a lot quicker than that. He wants to catch up with the fastball from Murray. And Murray still with a live arm.
Is that Edmonston right there for Farmington?
There's a swing at a foul ball for 0-2 count.
Walking right here with the Griego. We should get him up there.
It kind of looks like it, but I can't tell for sure with this Bill's covering his face a little bit.
Somebody we'd like to talk to?
Sure, absolutely. Of course, probably want to get a hold of his coach and make sure it's all right on game day.
That's true.
But 0-2 the count. Here comes a pitch. Curveball. Slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Fielding it out front. Here's the throw. Wide right.
In the dugout.
Man, so that's going to send him to second then?
Yep.
Rios fielded it properly. Had a big throw over to first. It was just wide right. And they're going to give him a base hit on that, so we'll give him a hit as well.
Well, that is an extremely difficult play to make. He made a great play on the ball, but man, that's hard to throw a ball when you're running 100 miles an hour forward and then leaned over trying to throw that thing. So it was a great attempt by Angel Rios, but Chavarria, nice job, gets onto base. The ball goes into the dugout on the throw, so he gets to move over to second on that base hit, and this is going to be number 2. Mikhail Colbert. So we got that corrected now. Comes the pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 1. So with a runner on second, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 1-0 count to Mikhail Colbert, who is 0 for 2 on the day. As seems like he's due for a hit. Let's see what he can come up with.
Oh, he'll step out and reset. I don't know if maybe Coach Valencia called a play, so you need to step out and see what play it was Coach called. No outs. I can't imagine Coach Valencia is going to bunt him over, so maybe a hit and run. Big hack, because that was way up in the zone. Swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 the count. And we're in the second game of 5 today, so gonna have to maybe get some food in our stomachs, hit some
Yeah.
Red Bull, something. I don't know what, but
We need some energy boost.
I am absolutely gassed today for sure.
Need one of those little 5-hour energies or something. That one is high for ball 2, and man, Bloomfield's dugout's getting into it now.
Well, they could get some momentum here with the nice base knock from Colbert. Will score the runner at second in Chavarria. And actually, I don't even think that's Chavarria out there anymore. I think he got on and had a courtesy runner. Yep, it's number 12, Page, now running.
Well, I mean, I hadn't been. I mean, it's kind of missing that, but it's the bottom of the 6th. This opportunity and one more for Bloomfield. So, if you're Bloomfield, you want to get it going here. It would really help out to put some runs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be fouled off. As you've got a runner in scoring position, you're down by 5 runs, which is not an impossible hill to climb. But at this point in the game, it's a tall order for sure.
Well, you got a wide open spot in between first and second base, so they throw that outside pitch with 2 strikes. You're going to want to, rung him up, and no argument out of Colbert on the call. That's going to be out number 1 as we get Wyatt Etzedy walking to the plate, and Etzedy is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and got on base on an error. As you mentioned, just Bloomfield running out of outs here. They got to find a way to get at least this runner across the board with 1 out. I mean, that is what the spark you're looking for with the team. I know they're still down by 5 runs, but even a run right here helps you get things going for yourself. Oh. Did you see him almost want to try to catch it?
Yeah,
he
put
hand
his hand out like that.
Goodness, and if you're a coach, you're looking at him when he gets the first, say, dude, you're one of our starting pitchers. Please don't stick your hand out like that again.
Yeah. It was
just a reaction.
It was almost like a defensive, like just trying to block it hand,
Yeah.
like, man. So hit by pitch, Etzedy down on first. So, I mean, that's 2 potential runs out on the base paths with only 1 out. And we have Damian Jaramillo, the center fielder, coming up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch from Murray. That is high for ball 1. Is it still Murray? Yeah, it is. Just wanted to make sure. So 1-0 the count now to Damian Jaramillo. As Wyatt Etzedy got hit by pitch and went down to first base. That one's going to be in there for strike 1.
1 out, 1's across the board. 2 runners on base, and Bloomfield's got an opportunity here with 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Fastball on the outer half of the plate for strike 2, so 1-2 the count. And I'm on the wrong side of the book here.
You know what? I tend to do that a lot. And I'll get through 2 batters before I realize I'm on the wrong side of the book after a race. That's going to be fouled off as Jaramillo's battling at the plate.
Well, that was just a defensive swing. All his hitting mechanics just completely broke down there. Pulled out his back foot. His front foot swung wide open. I think he was fooled on the pitch and just kind of gave it the best swing he could. Stays alive. Oh, did that hit him? They call it a dead ball, so I'm not sure why that's a dead ball. Did he foul it off?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
hit him.
So hit by pitch. Yeah, it was kind of strange. They kind of hung out there for a second, didn't they? So that's going to load the bases for the Bobcats. So interesting situation here as the Bobcats, with only 1 out, bases loaded. Number 18, A.J. Valencia, comes up to plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Or, no.
Valencia? He is hit by pitch.
Yeah, hit
so
by
he's
pitch.
0 for 1.
0 for 1, yes, sorry. I couldn't tell what I had written down there.
Almost got hit by another pitch. But he'll be a check swing, strike 1. So big spot for A.J. Valencia. He could bring his team pretty close back into this ball game with a base knock. But Murray has been just lights out on the mound today. And he goes high and tight again for ball 1. So I guess he fouled off the last pitch when he bailed out of there. There's a strike on the board, so he must have fouled it off.
All right. So
That's what I'm going to call it.
So it's
anyways.
1 and 1 then.
It's 1 and 1. With 1 out and the bases loaded.
See if Valencia can come through for his team. This is a big-time opportunity here for A.J. Valencia.
Well, this is the second time Bloomfield's had bases loaded. The first time they didn't come away with any runs, so let's see if they can come through with something here. A.J. in a big, big spot for his team. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Took a big cut at that thing. A nice-looking pitch from Murray. So it'll get in there, get him swinging for strike 2.
Big high inside fastball. So let's see what Murray comes up with here. He's ahead in the count. Fastball. Swung on and missed. Struck out Valencia. Threw back door down to first. Sliding in safe. So now we're to the top side of the lineup. It's Blake Spencer. And Spencer, he is 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. So let's see if Spencer could come up with something big for the
Thank you, sir.
Bobcats because they desperately need it.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup, and Spencer, he's having a good day today. Hopefully, he can come up with a hit here and help his team out as we are getting late into this game.
He is in the middle of his windup, and the umpire allows the batter to call timeout.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, I know that's just a posture move for these batters for sure, but it's wild that these umpires allow them to do that right in the middle of the windup.
Missed a
Strike 1.
comment in there is Jolene Martin Hellickson texted in. She said, "Go AJ." He was up there at the plate, and she was cheering him on. So thank you for that, Jolene. Appreciate you giving Mr. AJ Valencia a little shout out there, cheering for him. Blake Spencer with an 0-1 count, and he will foul that one off. So 1-1 now to Blake Spencer as he has the 1-2. 0-2. 0-2. I was looking at the board and I did not get that correct.
You know,
0-2 count.
I know what my excuse is. I'm starving half to death over here, and you figure my body could eat all this fat that I keep carrying around. That's not the case, but, Bloomfield, they've got a short amount of time to get things going, and there's Spencer. Tough play. Here's the throw in time, and, man, has that third baseman made some big plays for the Utes, and Breckman K comes up big again with the 5-3 ground ball out, number 3.
Well, there was no runs on one hit, 3 runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So, man, that's kind of a heartbreaker right there. I'm sure Blake, that probably felt good when it came off the bat, but then when he saw where it went, just came up a little bit short. But, man, that's a tough spot to be in and leave 3 runners on the base path whenever you're down by 5 and you need those runs. But we will have one last inning to go here as Uintah will come out, as they will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up to bat here going into the top of the 7th inning. And folks, Albert's right. We need We need to get recharged here for this next game because it's getting tougher as we go here. We're gonna have to have a little energy boost or something.
That's one for Coach Valencia. He circles on it in his notebook that 2 innings you leave the bases loaded. You can look at the scoreboard. Have you been watching this game at all and you just look at the scoreboard, you can see the differential just in the hit column, right? The Utes just putting the ball in play and getting on base. And Bloomfield just hasn't been able to execute on those opportunities.
Yeah, you're right. It's, you got to finish. You got to finish in those situations, and they just have not been able to make that happen.
We learned yesterday there's no quit in the Bobcats, though. So
yeah. We're not going to count them out yet because they made a nice comeback yesterday, and that one's going to be high for ball 1 to
I'll get the right camera shot.
Cooper Goodrich.
There's a ground ball to the shortstop, handled nicely by Spencer. Gets the throw over there. I've noticed with Spencer, every time he fields a ground ball, he didn't do it yesterday, but he is definitely doing it today. He pats his glove up multiple times. And I don't know why he's picked that habit up today, but nonetheless, he has a big arm to get it over to first base. But you'd like to see him stop doing that.
Yeah,
stop patting your glove.
Just get that thing out and over to first base. There's a pitch. That one's inside corner for strike 1 as Blake Spencer just got the first out for the Bobcats. And now we have number 4, Riken Hacking, at the plate.
Well, I don't know what happened just on that pitch, but Mikael Colbert about face planted up there on the mound and then ended up throwing him completely off the side of the mound. And we seen that issues with the mound yesterday. We haven't seen it today. I think they got it fixed, but right there he almost went flying off the top side of the mound.
Well, he went down there and kind of inspected that spot after he, like you said, after he pitched. And I watched his plant foot right there, and man, it looked kind of awkward when he hit. It's almost like it's going into a hole or something right there.
Strike.
That's for a strike.
Curveball. 1-2 the count. Well, I've only got 1 ball, 2 strikes. Is that what you got?
I missed a couple. There you go. There's a hit. Guess we don't have to worry about it now. That gets out into left field for a base hit. So Hacking helped us out there.
He did. He sure did. And now we're to the top side of the lineup. And it's Hunter Funk for the Utes. And Hunter Funk is 2 for 2 with the walk, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. This guy has been lights out for the center fielder for the Utes.
Didn't he pitch the other night, like the first night? I can't remember. I thought he was out on the mound for the Utes one of those games.
He's not there. Keep looking here.
Yeah, let's see if we can find that. I thought he had
Hunter
pitched.
Funk came in relief for Rios.
Okay. I thought he was out on the mound for the Utes at one point. Here's Colbert working from the stretch. There's strike 1 to Hunter Funk. He's got a runner down there on first as Ryan Hacking had a nice base hit. Colbert's checking the runner. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a high pop-up. And, that thing came down. We've seen that all week, though. That ball goes straight up in the air, and it comes down squirrely. But Valencia able to hang on, as that will be F4, out number 2.
Well, you don't necessarily feel that wind down there. Corey knows this playing here at Ricketts Park, but when you get it up in the jet stream above the press box level and above the stand level, that's where all the wind's whipping. And it pushed it almost over the head of the second baseman in Valencia, but he handled it nicely.
Wait for that pitch. That was high for ball 1. Oh, no, and he throws it out into right field. That might get him over to third. Yeah, he's going to get all the way to third on that overthrow. Man, that was a costly throwing error as That will send Ryan Hacking over to third base with 2 outs, and that was ball 1. But I got some comments here. Cecilia Douglas says, "Go Bobcats," and then also Donnie Woods, "Let's go Trey Diesel."
Donnie Woods.
All right.
He sent us a text too earlier.
Yes.
So getting
to talk-
double duty over there
Got
from
to
Donnie.
talk to Mr. Woods yesterday.
There's a strike.
Thank you for coming up and saying hi to us. We appreciated that.
Good
Getting to
dude.
talk to you. Yeah, it was really good, and we very much appreciate Trey as well. He's a good kid. So
Well, didn't he follow us quite a bit when we were broadcasting for Bloomfield football? That's out in center field. F8 as, Damian Jaramillo putting his name up there in that upper echelon of center fielders here in the state of New Mexico with the way he plays defense and the way he patrols, polices that outfield. He's a top-level outfielder.
yeah, he's doing a great job for the Bobcats. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no Bloomfield errors. So
This is it.
Bloomfield, yeah, I was going to say, this is their last opportunity. So they have got to come up with some runs to keep this thing going. I mean, they have to come up with 5 just to take it into extra innings. If not, this game is going to be over. But we have number 6, Cable Caruth, and Corey, if you're the Bobcats, this is probably the best possible scenario for you. Coming into the bottom of the 7th, needing runs, is being right at the top of your lineup.
Yeah, I mean, you have faith in your leadoff hitter right off the bat. That's where you start them in the game, right? So coming in the bottom of the 7th, perfect spot to be. But they just got to execute now. Put the ball in play and let things happen.
So, folks, once again, we appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching, being patient with us as we are a little bit tired. We're not going to lie. It's been a long couple of days, but we're trying to continue to bring you the best possible broadcast, and hope you guys are enjoying the production side of things. Corey's doing a great job over there, getting all the cameras switched and everything. So hope you're enjoying the great views. We were excited to get that center field camera up for you. I know we keep talking about it, but we are pretty geeked up about that. It gives it kind of that big league feel, and we love to hear that the kids are going back and getting to watch the games, and it's just a lot of fun for us, and we do appreciate all of you, and we've been treated real well here by all the staff and Mr. Curry. Everybody's helped us out, and thank you again to Mr. Valencia and everybody that got us the gift. We got a little gift from Bloomfield team today, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. So here we go as we are headed into the bottom of the 7th inning, where it is number 6, Cable Caruth, up to the plate, and that one went off the knee pad or something of the catcher. As that goes to the backstop, that's going to be ball 1 to Cable Caruth. So what do you tell your team here, Corey, if you're Coach Valencia coming into the bottom of the 7th in a game like this?
Look, just be patient. They've been aggressive majority of the game, but they need to be a little more patient. Try to find that pitch where they're going to drive it in a gap somewhere.
Well, that is going to be hit to the third baseman. That'll be the 5-3 out number 1 as Cable Caruth hit it right to the third baseman, number 6, Kason Massey. The third baseman, Brickman K, gets it over there, back over to first base for the out. Next up, number 3, Gavin Peacott. He will have an opportunity here, as that one is outside for ball 1. So Peacott had that nice double in the first inning, drove in a run, and then in the third had another nice hit out into right field, got a base hit, and he will swing and miss for strike 1.
This is a new pitcher for the Utes, correct?
Oh, I didn't even notice. Yes, I think you are. Yeah, it is a new pitcher. Let's get you a name for the new pitcher. I think I've got that here. You see. And what is the number?
24.
24. Oh, that's going to be hit foul down the third baseline. Man, I cannot. Let me see. Folks, I am going to try to see if I can find a 24 that it's written so lightly. Is it 24? Yeah, it's 24, not 34. That is high for ball 2. I think it's ball 2. Let me see if they change on the scoreboard. I got 2-2 count here, but I cannot find 24 on the roster, so I apologize. Do you have the roster, Albert, for Uintah? I can't find number 24.
24 is going to be Cooper K.
Cooper K. That's who's out on the mound now for Uintah to close this thing out for them. He's going to try. That's going to be fouled off as Gavin Peacock continues to battle from the plate. There's one out. We've got a full count.
Doing a good job. Seen a lot of pitches from this pitcher. So.
Gavin Peacock, man, he gets in that box and he does not go down easy, and just like that, he will head down to first base on the walk, and that'll bring up number 20, Trey Woods, the 4-hole hitter, as he now has Gavin Peacock on first, and one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Score is still 8-3 as the Uintah Utes lead here in Game 12 of the Scorpion Invite. And did you say it was what was his name? It's K. Oh, and a little check swing. That good heads up. Oh, he's going to not get the play at first, but that was a great heads up play by the first baseman as he had to go to his right, scoops it up, gets it to second base for the force out. So that'll be 3-6. Out number 2. Whoops, I put that in the wrong spot.
Well, I was talking about being patient, so you saw him swing at the first pitch right there. A lot of times that first pitch, you're hitting the pitch the pitcher wants you to hit and gets a ground ball out of it.
Yeah, they want you to take a swing at that, get that ball in play, see if you get that play, that defense.
Be a little more patient. Find one that you can drive somewhere. And Peacock saw 8 pitches in his at bat. And the other 2 hitters 1 or 2 pitches. So.
Wow, that was outside for ball 1.
It's hard in that last inning not to swing at that first one, too, though. You're excited. You want to make something happen quick.
And it usually is a pretty good-looking pitch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say all the time, but a lot of the times it's a good-looking pitch. We used to see Turtle Aragon do that last year. He'd swing at that first pitch last couple of years, and he'd knock it out to the fence. That's going to be hit. Second baseman makes a nice play, and that'll be the 4-3 out. Number 3. So that's going to do it, folks, as the Uintah Utes will come away with the win. It's 8-3. As Bloomfield, I mean, they didn't play a bad game, but they just struggled to get the runners across the plate, and that's the difference. They had 2 innings where they left 3 runners on, and that hurts. But I know that they'll go back this week. They'll be looking at the film. They'll get things gathered up. Coach Valencia, great guy, great coach. He'll get them on track, and they'll be ready for district for sure. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and we are going to pick the player of the game. And in all of our minds, it's a pretty easy one, as it's going to be Hunter Funk, as he was. He was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a walk on the day. But Hunter Funk is our player of the game here in Game 12 for the Uintah Utes. And that's going to do it. We're going to get off the air. We're going to take a break, and we will be back for the next one here in a few minutes. Thank you, folks.